Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Again, we have Mesh Mystery with us here and we would like to discuss what is going on in this market.
Amazing. Thanks for having me again. I'm so happy that these things seem to be getting some good traction.
Ongoing,
People
yes.
seem to like them. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but they like them, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So it seems like the market keeps changing on a weekly basis now.
Yeah.
Don't you feel that?
100%. That's real estate, right? Like, you
It
know,
is.
sometimes we call it the roller coaster for a reason, right? You know, only
Yes.
people who are in the business get it.
They understand,
Sometimes,
yeah.
you know, we've got the highs of highs, and then out of nowhere, it's the drop and it's the lows of
Yeah,
lows.
yeah,
You know, I'm happy to say that we're kind of back into like a unique time where I think we're a little bit busy right now. I think activity's picked up.
100%. And we have mentioned this in one of our last videos, like back maybe a few weeks ago or a month, like I don't even know when it was exactly, but we did mention that the market has a chance of picking up and we have seen some multiple offer situations and all of
Yes.
that stuff.
Yeah.
So would you agree that there is a buyer's fatigue again? Or
So it's funny you say that. So yeah, it's interesting because where we are in the market, I believe, and what do I know, it's still contrary to our overall narrative where things are still somewhat slow, okay? I don't know what's been happening, but you wouldn't think that based on what I've been seeing in the market, based on what's going on. I personally have been in a couple of multiple situations again, and I realized, man, I really don't like these situations.
I know.
Not just for my clients, but
It's
for
hard.
myself.
Hard for everyone.
It's very hard to just analyze, and I think the main reason for that, yet again, is in the GTA, we have an issue of inventory. That always seems to be the thing that keeps coming up, you know, where, especially in the right areas, there's just not enough good property to go around.
And seems to be, it is stable. It seems to like those markets are holding on value and they seem to be stable. They're like, they stabilized already. And what our mutual friend, David, I did a video with him, he said, we are creating the statistic,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like we are boots on the ground looking for it. We see it before the statistics comes out at the end of the month.
Yeah.
We made a statistic.
Sure.
So that's interesting, right? So we did see that buyers fatigue and like they so are we now into the seller's market again, or like what do you think about that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it goes hand in hand, right? So whenever there's a shortage of inventory, and I think what's happened right now too, it's like, you know, rates are still high. They're not like they haven't come down, but I think people have kind of priced in what the rates are right now. And if they've been sitting on the sideline, they're qualified, they're ready, and they realize, look, if I don't jump in now, some of the inventory that we're looking at may not be there. So even if there is another rate hike down the road, I think for right now, where we are in the next couple of months, next few months, I think
Seems to be stable.
yeah, exactly. I hate using that word, but you're right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have to call it for what it is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, are interest rates high?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're taking what into consideration.
Yeah.
They were at 1.5 2
Yeah.
years ago, now they're at 5. Is the 5 or 6% or 4% the new normal, right? So this is what we have to ask.
And then also too, like you said, when it comes to the rate, a lot of people are step-up buyers, I'm finding, right? So
Yes.
not so much, there still is the first time and people just trying to get in the market, and maybe a little bit tougher for them, but the step-up buyers, they're moving equity from their previous home. Hopefully they've done okay, right? They've got a bit, so that's what I think is propelling people along to be like, you know what, it's time to move regardless, right?
Yeah, because also what I've noticed, the people that have been sitting on the sidelines, the buyers, right?
Yeah.
I've noticed that they had an image in their mind or the type of the property that they have imagined or they wanted.
Yeah.
And as time keeps going on, they just say, okay, so if I cannot have that small detached, maybe I can get into a fair size semi,
Yeah, for sure.
right? With these rates, with these in this market and stuff like
I
that.
agree.
So I think the expectation is shifted a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Right. So people are trying to get in the market, and we've seen that properties that are 2 million and plus are selling okay, but below 2 million selling faster, below 1 million flying off the shelf.
Yeah.
Flying.
Yeah.
everywhere.
I think I wanted to just touch on what you said. I think one of the things that I'm actually happy about that I've noticed in just conversations I'm having with potential people and just clients is that they're more cautious and they're being more conservative. And what does that mean in real estate? I mean, real estate, we like to believe that everything is like always going up. That's what we love, and it's long-term growth, which hopefully it is. But right now, it's, being a little conservative isn't a bad thing.
No.
You said it best. Like, instead of stretching where your monthly payments are going to be difficult to get to the detached, why not move into that semi that gives you all the space you want? Yes, you have a neighbor, but you're still moving. And you're still growing. And then if rates do come down, guess what? Not only is your thing going to go up, but guess what? Now you have the opportunity to move, should you want to, right?
No,
so
absolutely.
I definitely think that that's one good thing that's come out of this.
No, yes. So we did a video a few weeks ago on a project in Welland.
Oh, Dane City, Welland, yes.
Dane City, yeah. And it did well. You are getting the opportunity to choose before anybody else, before the public. That's why we are here.
So these used to be called, I mean, if you've heard different things, friends and family of the builder, pre-VIP, platinum brokers,
different names,
say different things.
Yeah.
You're basically getting it at the first opportunity before it opens to the public.
Yes.
Okay? And I don't know about you, but whenever I have those opportunities in
Absolutely.
life, I'm willing to pay because it's an opportunity just to get in the door, right?
Yeah. So the difference could be either they're going to be sold out.
Yeah.
That could be one of the reasons why you would not be able to get one.
Yeah.
The second one, you will not be able to pick the lot.
Yeah.
Because when there's like 300 people in this space here, it would be hard, and we all went through that, even as realtors and buying and stuff like that. Like, it's a mess. Like, people are just running around, everybody putting stickers on different lots and stuff like that. So if you're in the space, if you're in the market, either to invest or to move down this way, give us a call. Yes. It's the best opportunity you will find till April the 29th.
Yes,
the video did well. We have seen the project and stuff like that, and we had some clients looking into that and whatnot. Yeah. But having said that, what happened when they released it to public?
Builders, Sales Center, Niagara Region, April 29, 2023.
So this is one of those,
because we came in before the public.
Yeah, of
right?
course.
We had the access before the public.
So this is one of those interesting things. Like, even though we're platinum brokers, we have access to all the developers and different projects. Sometimes there's even we get shocked. I mean, even there's stuff that we are like taken back at because on the one hand, it's a great builder, great development, great opportunity, but the sheer demand that was there for that project, even I got taken back. I was there with clients. You had someone there too, and I haven't waited in line for 2 decades. I mean, that was me circa years ago, but I'd still do it for clients. And I just thought it was a bit there was an opportunity there, and it was mismanaged a bit because people waited for days. I thought we had that had left the Milton Oakville days.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. The Milton.
I thought that was over.
I remember those days. Yeah.
But apparently, we've been wrong before, and I'll continue to say I'll continue to be wrong. And this is one of those situations where demand far outweighed supply.
Yes.
And so, what I witnessed was something I hadn't seen before, and I don't know if that's the norm. I don't know if that's things to come. But what I took away from that is there's still a lot of interest for real estate. There's still a lot of money in this town and these towns. Yes. And so, whenever we get access to these projects and, or maybe you have a project that you're looking at or thinking about that you're curious about, definitely vet it through guys like Ellis and myself because, we can give you the ins and outs. And sometimes instead of wasting time waiting, hoping to get that entry level unit, it's like, a car dealership. They sell you on the interest rate or this car, but then you walk out with a much more expensive car. There's an opportunity for us to kind of wait for the initial rush to go by
Yeah.
and then sit and wait, because there are buyers who have remorse. There are buyers that realize once they get their mortgage approved, we can't afford this, and that's when we can scoop in and be like, hey, they missed out, but guess what? Our gain. Right?
No, absolutely.
So definitely. But I think just summing it up, I mean, I was a bit shocked. You were a bit shocked.
Yeah, we were.
You know, unfortunate for some of our clients who couldn't get units, but you know, congratulations to those of you who did.
Congrats.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a sought after location. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're building it up, and definitely well, and it seems to be the next spot, the next growth. Pocket. Definitely the Niagara Falls area in general, I think, is gonna.
What was amazing is coming out.
Rise,
yeah, what
right?
was amazing going out there is like, you know, now this is dating myself, but it's like, it reminded me of what, you know, Brampton before Bramalea used to be before that got built, or like Mississauga. And you know, we tell people jokingly, because you're a Mississauga guy too. It's like,
Sure.
or Milton, like, you know, remember when we came here, it was all fields. I saw cows. They're like, how old are you? What are you from? And like, you tell someone that now, they think you're crazy.
Oh, absolutely.
But rewind the clock like even 100 years, and Mississauga, as we know it, used to be cottage country for Toronto. That's why they had the huge lots in Mineola and all. Like, that was where we used to go. Now we go to Muskoka, but that Mississauga was Muskoka for everybody.
Yes.
So it's amazing to think that, you know, we're growing as a country, especially we're growing as a province, as an area, and people need a place to live.
I've seen Vaughan. Remember 400, driving 400. As soon as you get a 401 going north, that's it. Farmland till Barrie, and Barrie was a little town.
I used to work at Wonderland. I tell you that it was there was nothing. Now it's you drive and you forget Wonderland's there. You blink and you miss it.
Yes,
it's all houses.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, so, anyways, yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Since it seems to be that there's like the buyer's fatigue, seller's market, new construction, back on the map, lineups, we have seen it.
Yes.
Is there a better way?
There's always a better way.
There's got to be a better way.
There's always a better way to unlock your way. There's always a better way, right? There's always a better way. I think, you know, what I would do in not just real estate, but any sphere that I'm in, whether it's family, health, you name it, you know, seek out the professional, right? So come and speak to someone like Ellis, come and speak to someone like Mesh, who's been doing this full time for decades now. And, you know, the first step I would say is, okay, I like to say, let's make sure our finances are in order. Always first step, right?
Sure.
Because once we know what not only what we qualify for, but what our spend is, it opens things up, right? And then we're going for there.
And we know what we're working with, right? Like if you have a budget, if we know what's going on, right?
Absolutely, and a lot of it is we can help position. I'm working with 2 clients right now, and you know, they were thinking one thing before we started the conversation. Now they're thinking something completely different, because just in coaching and talking to them, we've opened them up to different possibilities. And so definitely have a conversation with one of us. We get to understand what it is you're looking for. If it's new construction you want, excellent, we'll find you something. Why compete with what 99 people are competing with? Because there could be something just over here that people aren't looking at, that we can get a better deal on, that we can basically lend a bit more credibility to.
Plus we have relationships too, right? Like relationships, we know stuff, like we have stuff that comes to our desks on daily basis. We look at the projects, we know the projects before they even get built.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So those are all little nuggets that people could actually benefit from.
And also, what I wanted to add too is, even on these projects that seem like they're sold out, because of the relationships we have with those developers and with the sales staff inside there, a lot of times units do come back. You'd be surprised, and you can still have a chance. You may not get your first or second choice, but you're still buying into that project at really good rates. So we can still get you access to those. So don't ever forget that, hey, there's still an opportunity. You just have to wait a little bit, you know?
Absolutely, and there are assignments in the city, outside the city, depends what you're looking at. But like you said, financing in place. We know we have good partners when it comes to financing and stuff like that will give you the proper information. In my experience and opinion, the worst thing is when you don't know anybody and then you start poking everywhere and you don't get the right information and people are promising stuff.
Of course.
Promises are, you know, like when you're signing contracts, like not the best way to kind of believe into that. Like you need to have stuff on paper. You need to be able to.
And what I wanted to add is I always like using this line. I know you use the same one. I go, at least give us the opportunity to get you a second opinion.
Absolutely.
We're not saying that you have to use the people we do. We just work with professionals like us. So
Yes.
we know that their eyes and their lens on what they look at is above our pay grade because they do it every day. So why not get a second opinion for them? Because sometimes you find they can look at something from a different angle that your mortgage broker, your bank is not looking at. And sometimes you get not just a better rate, but better terms, right? So once you do that, you may figure out, hey, you know what? I didn't think I could qualify for X, but all of a sudden now I can move into that detached, right?
Or like I've seen that there are unique ways that they know
Of course.
how they can maneuver, or how they can come up with different numbers, or set you up for success within the few months, or whatever the case might be. But I mean, it's another rabbit hole. So anyways, get pre-approved, right?
Yes.
Know kind of what you want, but it's best to have a seat and to kind of go have an overview with one of us, or with a professional like us. And then I think that's how you get ahead of the curve.
And if I could add
By doing anything, right?
No, for sure. But if I could add one thing too, it's like, and I know it's difficult and I know it's challenging because, we live in the information age. So not only are you getting bombarded from developers and builders, but all your friends that are in the same space. Remember, your friends will always tell you, hey, I've got the best deal. I made it. No one tells you, like that gambler friend of yours, no one tells you when they're losing money because they're losing more money than they're making. So same goes for real estate. Everybody tells you about the best and greatest deal that they've had. Sometimes it's true and good for them, but a lot of the times it may not be as good as they're making it out to be. Remember, we're in the business, and developers in the business of selling you product. But if we can sit down with you and look at what you're really looking for, then guess what? Maybe we can help you buy something better. Right?
Absolutely.
For you. And every case is different.
Absolutely. Every case is different.
Yeah.
So between you and I,
yes,
I know that we have more videos coming.
Okay.
And
I gotta buy more jackets now.
More jacket, more blazers. Yeah. No, that one looks good. Actually, I love it.
Thank you.
So some exciting projects are coming out, and we will definitely record these videos and push that information towards you.
And I just wanted to add, it's great you said that. So the next few projects that we bring to the table are going to be ones that we're directly at the table for. So, we will have allotment for those. We will have a better stick handling ability to be able to get you the units you want if it's in advance. Not to say we don't on the other ones, but these ones coming up for sure. The next few for sure.
Yeah, longer relationships. That's all.
That's
like
exactly.
That's what it is. Mesh, thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure.
It's always a pleasure making these videos with you. And
I think you're gonna have to get another seat in here. I might as well just stay here.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you
pleasure.
again.
Thank
Okay,
you.
brother.
All right.
Okay.
Good seeing you.